Welcome to Global Village, and thank you for joining us today. We have a great two guests, Cindy, who is the president of Brooks Food Bank, and Gwen, who is the manager of the food bank. Welcome to Global Village.
Well,
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Cindy, could you tell us a little bit about your background?
Sure. My background is I actually worked in Calgary for 30 years, and my background is sales and marketing. I retired 4 years ago. I took a year off, and then I volunteered at the food bank during the Excel crisis 3 years ago. I went on the board a year later, and a year after that, I became the president.
Wow.
So, very short rise.
There you go.
There you go.
So you've been driving back and forth to Calgary then?
I did commute to Calgary, but my husband and I had a house there, so I lived there during the week, and I commuted home to our ranch on the weekends.
Well, so welcome to retirement.
Yeah, thank you. That's great.
Gwen, could you tell us a little bit about your background?
Okay, I've been in the service industry for 38 years. I love helping people, I love meeting people. So about 4 years ago, I decided that I wanted to give up serving and stuff. So the Brooks Food Bank was looking for a manager, and I thought, this is something I can do because I'm still helping the people. So I've been with them for 4 years, and I'm enjoying it, and it's fun.
Well, I'm sure they're lucky to have you.
Thank you.
So do you live in the area Brooks and County of
I
Newell?
live right in Brooks.
Right in Brooks.
Yeah.
How about you?
I live 5 miles south of Tilly, and we live on a ranch south of
Oh,
Tilly.
okay.
So
County of
yeah.
Newell.
we're in the county of Newell, yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's that. It's not far from Brooks. About 5-10 minutes.
20 minutes, about 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Could you tell us a little bit about the food bank, when it was established in Brooks?
Gwen, I'm going to pass that over to Gwen.
Okay.
The food bank became a registered corporation on September 11th of 1998. Early part of 1998, a couple of concerned citizens decided that the Brooks needed a food bank, so they kind of had some food out of a garage and stuff, and that's when it became incorporated. It was in September. I just want to put in a plug there that Gwen Vickers and Don Weisbach, our ex-mayor and who's passed away, were on the first board.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was back in...
That was back in 1998, and Don Weisbach did a lot of volunteering at the food bank then, and so did Gwen, and I wasn't there then, but I've heard lots of stories.
I hope good stories.
Oh, awesome, great stories.
No,
Yeah.
so it's been since 1998.
1998, 16 years now.
Wow, and you guys doing a great job. So what programs do you have?
We actually operate right now 5 different programs. The programs we operate include a children's lunch kit program, and that program is sponsored by Synovus Energy. They've sponsored it for the next 3 years, and that provides lunch kits to all of our clients' children that are in school for 2 weeks. It also includes breakfast and lunch for 2 weeks, and they're eligible for that program every single 2 weeks. So and then we have a dairy program, which includes milk, eggs, and margarine. That program is currently sponsored by the United Way. Their sponsorship completes at the end of the year, and New Alta has picked up that program for the next 6 months, so from January to June.
Okay.
And that program, it provides dairy to all of our hampers, all the hampers that we grow. So
Wow.
it's very well utilized. It's probably our most active program. We have a fresh fruit program that we're looking for a sponsor for, and that provides fresh fruit for the families that use our services with every hamper. We have a seniors program, which is a new initiative for us. Unlike our other programs, which are our qualification programs, where there's a set rules for qualification, the seniors program is actually a referral program. So if you know of a senior in need in the county of Newell, all you have to do is refer them, and we will do our best to accommodate whatever they need for food and emergency assistance. And if they're not able to actually come down to the food bank, we will arrange some type of delivery for them.
Wow, that's very good.
Yeah, so that's a new initiative. We are looking for a sponsor for that program. For the actual food and dry goods, they'll come directly from the food bank, but we like to include Boost, and we also like to include Depends if they're needed, which is a fairly significant cost for us. So we're looking for a sponsor for that program. And then we have the Christmas Hamper program, which is the one everybody hears about. Q105 was very graciously, they run a turkey drive for us, and that's a program in conjunction with Scotiabank. And Scotiabank handles the gift side of it. We handle the food hamper side, and Q105 does the turkey raising for us. So they this year raised $10,800 in donations, which we will convert to vouchers, which we'll give to our clients that apply for the hampers.
Wow, that's very good.
Yeah. So the hampers, once they've applied for a food hamper from us, then they also get a gift card for Scotiabank, and Scotiabank provides the gifts for all the children.
Toys and all that stuff.
All their toys, clothes, whatever's on their wish list. So we actually pre-qualify for the Scotiabank, and then it goes from there.
So how do they select those in need, for example, from the community? How do they select the who needs toys for their children? Or
we have a qualification process.
Oh, okay, you guys
and
do
it's
that.
the same process.
Okay.
So we do the qualifying for Scotiabank.
Okay.
So Gwen probably can speak a lot more because she actually works on this program every day.
Yeah.
But we pre-qualify, and then we send over the wish list to Scotiabank, and then they fill the second part of the hamper, which is the gifts.
You want to elaborate that one?
I really have no. Just going to say that when it comes to the Christmas hamper, we're a little bit more generous and lenient with the qualifications. Regular hampers, of course, I mean, you know, we're very strict and stuff, and we take your income and manage your expenses, and if you've got liquid acids and it's within the norm of what the food bank, then, you know, you qualify. But with that being said, at Christmas, we're so much more generous. So, yeah,
it's all about the kids.
It's all about the kids, and that's what it's for.
Okay. Coming back to this kids lunch from Sonova. So is that for 2 weeks lunch for the kids?
It's
2 weeks lunch and breakfast. So we give them cereal or oatmeal or, you know, breakfast type foods, and then we give a complete lunch kit program, which includes juice, canned fruit, pudding, noodles, sandwich meat, cheese, you know, just about everything you could think of for lunch programs.
How would they qualify that one then? How would they qualify?
How would the parents would qualify,
parents
and
has
it's the same as
okay.
if they would come into the food bank for,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then you will provide for 2 weeks the kids, and they come back after 2 weeks.
Yep, right.
You will be able to provide them again another 2. That's a very good program. So Sonova has what, 2 years agreement with the food bank?
They have 3 years
3
actually,
years,
and they're a half a year into they started January.
Wow.
January, wasn't it? No, September. Sorry, they started in September, so they've actually just been on the program for 4 months. So.
No, that's so. Gwen, what's the process of new person applying the food bank because of their limited financial resources? What's the process?
The clients come down, they have to qualify, so we need, you know, a 1-month bank statement, we need ID for everyone, we need a rental agreement or mortgage papers, we need, if you pay power and gas, and like I said, we take your income minus your expenses and your liquid acids. If you have, you know, within the norm from what the food bank, then you qualify. Of course, that being said, is the food bank is a hands up, not a hands out. So we want to help these people, and we love helping these people, but we want them to help themselves also. So we, you know, we watch them, make sure that they're not coming in year after year after year. I mean, we're willing to help a year, and then after that, you know, we keep touch with them. We know them personally, and, you know, find out what's going on with their lives. There's different things that go on, and we realize that, and so we try to help them. We give them their basic foods, but
help them to stand on their own feet.
Yes, but they need to stand on their own 2 feet also, because that's the whole purpose of a food bank. And that's everybody's food bank. So, I mean, we're really lenient. We're really great. We let them to physically shop. Most food banks, you get a box and that's it. You're on your own. We let them shop because we just want to make sure that the food that we give them doesn't go to waste. So this way they pick what they want. So,
that's very
in
good.
addition to the core hamper that we give.
the core. Yeah, they get a core hamper and then they get to shop. But
That's
Yeah.
very good. So you had a very large number of clients during the shutdown of Excel.
Yes, we do.
We did, yes.
Yeah, we're always going to have a high amount of people coming in, which is fine.
We have a certain client base that will always be a food bank
Yeah.
client because they're either physically or emotionally or mentally incapacitated. They will always be food bank clients, and then we have some groups that are just with us for short periods, and then we get a lot of new Albertans or new Canadians that come to us, and they only come for a month.
Yeah.
You know, they've moved to Brooks, they've spent every cent they've had to get here, you know, to pay their rent, pay all their damage deposits, their first month's security deposits. They have nothing left to buy groceries. So a lot of those clients we only see once. Sometimes we see them twice, and then we never see them again. Sometimes those are the clients that come in and actually volunteer to pay back for the efforts or for the services that they received. So that we're always grateful for that too.
So what kind of donation, for example, monetary donation you receive from the corporates, or for example, you receive also beef such as JBS?
JBS was very generous earlier this year. They gave us an extremely large donation in beef. I think the dollar value of the beef donation was $10,000. We also do get actually beef from several ranchers in the area, which we primarily turn into hamburger. The JBS beef was a little more luxurious for our client base. They got steak and they have roasts and things like that. So it was actually a very nice treat, and we were able to actually share some of that, you know, wealth of beef that we got from JBS with some of the smaller food banks. So it actually was very far-reaching in the county of Newell. So we did help a lot of different food banks with that
Oh, that's glad to
donation.
hear. That's glad to hear. I'm sure also they will be able to contribute many years to come. What's the difference between the food bank or kitchen soup?
The
for
soup
example?
kitchen, a soup kitchen.
Yeah.
Well, the food bank is we generally provide we provide services to families that have a residence. They have somewhere to prepare the food. Soup kitchen is generally people that are homeless or they don't have the ability to take a food bank hamper and actually make something with it. So we're long range. We would like to actually include a soup kitchen, but to do that or to accommodate that, we do actually need to move to a larger location. We are looking for somebody to donate a lot in a central area in Brooks. We feel that we can fundraise, and with reserves that we have in our cash right now and some matching grants, that we could actually build a much larger location, include a soup kitchen in that location, but we'd also like to expand that to include cooking lessons, especially for some of the new Canadians, getting used to the type of food that we have here. You know, we have different canned goods, different types of rice and different vegetables that we use, and just to show them how to utilize the food hamper and so that they know how to actually cook nutritious meals with the food that we give them. We would probably look to joint venture with, you know, the hospital, community health nurse, or somebody like that to help us teach them how to do this. But again, to do that, we need a much larger kitchen. So,
Okay, so
long range.
it has to be within the vicinity of Brooks area then.
It has to be within the downtown area. A lot of our clients don't have vehicles, and we don't have the ability to deliver. I mean, we will do it for a seniors program because most of the seniors are in a, you know, fairly centralized area, and we do have enough volunteers that if we have a senior that it comes in from Tilly or Patricia or one of the other areas, we can get them to deliver for us. And we do have some other citizens of those areas that have, you know, have said, if you ever need it, just tell us, we'll come get them and drop them off. So we have we're pretty far-reaching.
No, I'm sure.
We're always looking at new and innovative ways to help people. So.
No, I'm sure it's you've been doing a terrific service for the community in Brooks and County of Newell in general, and food banks are very essential to the needy people. Things happen sometimes, and nothing is guaranteed in life. So people, when they are a little bit having issues, I think coming to the food bank will basically help the family, the children, to stand on their own feet, as Gwen was saying. But what would you say, for example, during the Christmas season? Would the clients go up, down, or you see a lot of clients coming during the Christmas, New Year coming?
We see a lot of our regular clients, some new people that, you know, just a little bit, like I said, I'm a lot more lenient and generous at Christmas. So we do help with that. Right now we're busy packing up all the hampers. They start distribution on the 17th of December. We had a couple of groups come in to help make Christmas hampers. Synovus was one of them. Finish off. I forgot what I was supposed to say. You go.
Oh, sorry, there's really not much. Basically for Christmas, we are actually set for Christmas. We've, with the donations that we've received, we've actually bought everything else that's been necessary to fill the food hampers. So they're ready to go. They're pretty much, we still have a few left to make, but for the most part, they're ready to go. With the money raised at the Q105 Turkey Drive, we'll buy gift cards with those. Those gift cards they're included with the food hamper so that they can take them to Safeway or IGA and buy whatever they want, so, whether it's turkey or ham or roast beef or whatever. But we're pretty much set. Probably our biggest challenge is, you know, January, February. It's a really difficult time for us because people forget that after Christmas we still have to feed people next month, and the donations stop, and so that's probably our bigger challenge is January, February, early next year. We start our fundraising drives, our own fundraising drives in the spring, but we do have some challenges in the first part of the year, always.
What about the train that was last weekend, I believe?
The holiday train? The holiday train is always a great success. We get huge support from both Tilly and from Brooks. And I'll let Gwen quote the numbers because she has to actually deposit the money. So, but you know, we had tremendous success at both locations. So, if you just want to give them a highlight.
Okay, so the turkey drive, there was 432 turkeys. So at $25, so that's $10,800 that we received for the turkey drive.
That's through the radio.
That's through the radio.
John Petrie.
And that's John Petrie and Ashley and Dennis. And Scotiabank. Let's not forget about Scotiabank because it was in conjunction with Scotiabank.
Wow.
So, and then the holiday train, we made about $9,500 from CP Rail, and another 6,000 probably just from monetary donations from the community of Tilly and Brooks. So sitting at what, 12,000?
Wow.
13, something like
Very
that.
good.
Yeah, so
That's,
it's very good. But that helps because, you know, we had to go out and we had to go buy some stuff for the Christmas hamper and that, so we had to, you know, we have to replenish our account. And so if it wasn't for the community, we would not be able to do this. So let's put a plug in for them. I mean, they're awesome, and we greatly appreciate all their support.
Okay.
In addition to the monetary, too, we also received about 1,200 pounds of food.
Oh, yes.
Which also helps. And a lot of that is the canned goods and the vegetables. And, you know, people generally will check our website or they'll phone in and say, you know, what do you need? And they're pretty generous about.
So we're talking about Safeway or no fillers on those guys or just individuals?
No, that's actually individuals. The 1,200 pounds was
Yes.
individuals donating food.
It's about time. I think we should encourage also Safeway and no fillers and those people to be a little bit.
IGA and Safeway right now have those bags that you can buy for $5, $10, or $15. IGA is $19.99. So they
for the food bank.
I mean, for the food bank. So people have been buying them, and we've been picking them up in the mornings, and so we're collecting a lot of those. First part of December, that's when they start, and it seems like, you know, it's huge numbers. The community is just awesome.
If someone wants to donate, for example, would they get a tax receipt?
Yes, they do.
Okay, it's a charitable then.
Yeah, as long as it's $25 or and above, right? So
they get
they get a tax receipt. Yeah.
How are we going to encourage, for example, the new Canadians to participate be part of giving to the food bank?
It's interesting you say that. We've talked about this a lot, and we've actually talked about it with you. You know, what would be really beneficial, I guess, for us is if we could do something similar to a United Way program where it's either a matching program or employee donation through their payroll. You you know, it's great for large companies that have a big payroll base in our area. Not as successful for the smaller companies, but certainly all of a benefit. We find if people give just a little bit every, you know, even if it's $1 a paycheck, over the course of a year, it's a lot of money for us. And for us to fundraise and to, you know, potentially look at building a new building, we have to be able to demonstrate that we can, you know, pay any, if we do have to borrow a little bit of money, we have to be able to demonstrate a guaranteed revenue stream, and which we can do with some of our sponsors, but you know, certainly a payroll program would really be beneficial. But it's very difficult for us to influence new Canadians to contribute. It really has to come from them and their you know, the groups
promotion
that
of
their
employer and all that stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, actually, I was talking to a friend of mine who happened to be a Francophone Association, and one of the things that I spoke to him about was getting a challenge of Francophone to spearhead the some sort of immigrant challenge of paying some sort of whatever the contribution they can for the food bank for the month of December. And that is something that they're working on it now, from an immigrant-based population. If anybody pays $10, which is nothing, $15 according to whatever they can. I think it shows gratitude from the immigrant population. Receiving is good, but sometimes giving is also much better. So you feel a very satisfaction when you give. I always teach my kids, giving and receiving both go a long way.
Yes.
Don't just receive. Try to give.
No. Receiving is temporary.
Yeah, giving
temporary
is
gratitude. Giving is much more long term.
It's important for them to be giving.
So and you were just mentioning the Francophone, and we do help the Francophone. I mean, they were just in yesterday, and they needed snacks for their kids and stuff. So we gave them a whole bunch of snacks. There were some granola bars and some fruit cups and some puddings and some juices.
Good.
So we don't have a problem doing that. We don't mind doing that with any of the schools.
That's very
so
good.
We try to help out as much as we can. I mean, we do help with the Well, which is another organization that's in Brooks, and we help with the baby items there. We give diapers to them, we give them some blankets, and we give them formula. The Champion Center is another one. That's the men's shelter in Brooks. They don't have a lot of funding, so we give them excess food that we have, so they can make their meals, and they make three meals a day for the residents there. There is 9 residents, full-time residents there. And so, and then if we have excess like socks or blankets or sheets or something like that, we give those to them too. So not only do we receive, we also give.
So is it abuse men that are staying
It's
there?
homeless.
It's a homeless.
It's more
homeless.
It's more for homeless, yes.
Okay, more to homeless. Okay.
Yeah, they really are not capable of working. Some that are working, there is a few that are working, but they're only minimum wage and part-time, like maybe 2 days a week or something, so.
No, that's
we do find actually a lot of our clients, we do have a lot of clients that do work, they just, they're what you'd probably call the working poor. They just, they don't make enough to feed, you know, some of them have large families, they just don't make enough money to feed them all.
No, that is true indeed, and I think you guys are doing terrific job. Coming to this season's Christmas, what would you like to see happening from Brooks and County of Newell in terms of their engagement of food bank, and what wishes do you have for the 2015, or you want to share with the viewers? Any one of you.
I mean, I would say certainly we greatly appreciate all the support that we do receive from both the communities, from individuals in the entire county of Newell, from the city of Brooks, from the county of Newell, from the EID, from numerous sponsors, Synovus, Enerplus. I mean, I can't even name them all. There's so many. And then countless individuals that step up and donate their time, their resources or food donations, and there's so many of them, so we're so grateful, and we certainly couldn't be what we are without them. And we just hope that everybody has a Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year, and we hope that we can continue working with them next year.
I just want to make sure that the colonies, our local colonies, are thanked. They are the ones that supply us with our fresh vegetables. So they supply like potatoes, carrots. Right now we have cabbage, but in the summertime we have a whole slew of different kind of vegetables. So want to make sure that we thank all those colonies that help out with us, and our local ranchers and JBS obviously, and all our corporate sponsors and all the individuals and businesses. And yeah, on behalf of the board and the staff of the Brooks Food Bank, we wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a wonderful, prosperous New Year.
Especially your family too.
Yeah, thank you.
That's guaranteed. But yeah, I think you guys are doing a great job, and I think
Thank you.
Thank you.
we could not have better people to serve our community than you. And I think the community engagement we hope to continue for many years to come. And we hope to come and visit the new area. I made a challenge with Francophone, as I mentioned, and hope that they will be able to contribute from the immigrant population large number of donation towards to the food bank. And we'll hook you up to Desiree and the group, and they will get with you in detail what they have intention to do. And we hope something good will come out of it. It's we're going to be proud of food bank receiving any donation from also the new Canadians, which will help our community in general.
We appreciate any support that we get.
Yeah, actually, my little one, my little girl has she has make a business on this stuff, loom. And one of the things was coming. She said, "This is for the guests when you probably go to the program today." So this is also for token of appreciation for both of you. That's privilege.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming. I promise that I will
I just have to figure out.
deliver that to both of you. And that's she's a very business-minded, both Selma and Bilan. So they promise, I have taken their promise serious, and that's intent to both of you.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming. This is the end of our Global Village for today. And until then, thank you very much. I would like to take the opportunity and thank the City of Brooks, County of Newell, and Medicine Hat College for their continuous support of this program. Until then, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you soon. God bless you all. This is Ahmed Kasim, your host of the program.